First of all, we're going to talk about. We're going to watch the trailer, and then we're going to commentary over it. We're going to do commentary over it. So here we go.
First we get is the Lucasfilm logo, and then
The classic logo, which is I'm happy with. It's no changed or anything.
and it shows the new planet Jakku, which is not Tatooine, and which is a good thing about that is.
It's basically the good thing about it is it's fresh and it's different and
I was gonna say that. I was gonna mention it's fresh and new, and what we have now appearing is Vader's helmet all burnt, and
on a wee hang.
and we see and we see
Look,
and R2D2, and now we see
well, what I believe, I don't believe, I can it as it's Leia getting handed Luke's lightsaber for Empire, and it says this Christmas and all that, and we see X-Wings and all that, but
that actually does remind you of the Yavin scene in episode 4 where you see Poe Dameron, am I correct? That's same as when the kind of same shots inside, the same scenes in Hoth.
Well, the cool thing I found out that a few folks should know by now is that this is there's Han and Chewie.
To see them once again.
We've pretty much went off topic, and instead of doing a commentary, we went and just slowed it down. We probably should have paused it, but who gives a shit? Let's just get going with it. Anyway, first of all, where were we? I was talking about Leia. It's Leia's Han getting given the hand, getting given
Blue lightsaber that Luke had in episode 5. It fell down the giant pit.
in Bespin, Cloud City. Well, she's given that by this alien. I might as well tell you. I don't know if I should tell you, but spoilers and all that. But it's this alien. I don't know exactly the name. I don't know the name of the alien. I just ken it's this alien that ends up on the adventure because they're acquainted with the lightsaber, and I don't know. I can't explain it because obviously we haven't seen the film yet. But that's a slight spoiler. Just saying it's a CGI character who is believed to be played by Lupita Nyong'o. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's an actress, obviously. That's starred in a few films. I'm trying to think. I've not seen much films here. This is probably the first film I've ever seen with her actually in it, because I don't know, up and coming actress, I guess you could say. And back to the talk here. We also think that see the commentary for the trailer.
It was actually what we wanted to say was how some scenes in this new official teaser of the new Force Awakens actually shows some things. It's tribute to episode 4.
We'll just go into that now. It's like there's a scene, there's a wee snippet, just a wee tiny cut. It's like that, really quick, and it shows Daisy Ridley's character, Rey, is like looking, or like, I don't know, she's just looking down and all that, and then the sun, the wind is blowing and it's in a desert planet, so it's like the scene in the original Star Wars where Luke is like a mirroring kind of image, where Luke is he's like his uncle and aunt just died, basically, if you've seen the original Star Wars, and they died, and it's kind of like the same kind of image. It's like It's like what George Lucas said for the prequels. They rhyme, like for the Phantom Menace.
Teddy bears and spice.
Aye. I could make a lot of jokes about that, but anyway. We're not here to joke about George Lucas.
So Chris, what are your thoughts and opinions about the characters in the new Star Wars?
The new Star Wars, I would say, obviously, I just know it because you should kind of know, or you should know it by now, that the main character is Rey, right? It's obvious. Think about it, and she's the main character, and then we have Finn, who's like, he's like, I don't know. He kind of helps bring the characters together, the new big three. Like, there's Poe Dameron, played by Oscar Isaacs, who's like an X-Wing pilot. And by the way, he said at Celebration yesterday at the Force Awakens panel, he said he's gonna be like, he's been sent on a certain mission by a certain princess. Well, sent a mission by a certain princess, and we obviously know who that is. So I always like to wonder what that mission is. Kind of thing I'd really like to I'd like to know soon.
So let's talk about JJ, how he's going to be directing the new Star Wars and
he's done like
Star Trek, and also Star Trek Into Darkness, which was very good, and it had like a twist. So maybe the new Force Awakens could possibly have a twist.
I believe that. Well, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I said this kind of earlier. It was a bit of a twist where Luke, when Luke is talking, I think it's like, I don't know if it's a new recording or it's an old recording. I think it's the old recording for Return of the Jedi, where he's like, I'm not gonna mimic it, but he says my father had it, my sister had it. My father had it, I had it, my sister had it, you have it too. Obviously, they must have been cut for Return of the Jedi without only the music placed into the trailer, just like Alec Guinness was for Revenge of the Sith teaser trailer. If you've ever seen that, well, I have. I remember when it came out. I was like 6. Anyway, I'll put Billy back on. Wait, no, wait. I've got one more thing to say about that. If anybody else noticed, there's another voice repeating the lines just slightly after. It's like echoes. It's like saying the same line, but it's like echoes, and I'm wondering, is it something to do with, is maybe that is actual dialogue in the film, and these echoes are actually a new character. Like, believe it or no, I don't know why I think this, but maybe it's Luke's son saying the lines or something. Or actually, I heard that for somebody that I'm following Twitter, but I'm starting to believe that now.
I did actually know what you were coming for. We had a discussion earlier during the day about who could be a possible Skywalker, about things like, could it been Poe Dameron's being a Han Solo's possible son, or is it who's the female?
Rey.
Rey could be a possible Skywalker because of the robes, and you feel like it's got that Tatooine vibe, and she's brought up to be like,
except it's low Tatooine. And if you've noticed, all three of them have been like, all three of the main what it looks like as the trilogy's characters, it would make sense. Like, the original trilogy had Luke. He was just a normal fanboy for Tatooine who got caught into this big adventure, and then the trilogy followed him training to become a Jedi. Anakin was just a slave boy for Tatooine. Now it's a scavenger from Jakku, which makes sense because they're all low class kind of galactic citizens or whatever you could call it.
And also, when we were watching the trailer just now there, we were thinking, could Leia be a possible Jedi if the Skywalkers have it in their family? Could Leia maybe been trained by the Force?
I honestly believe that Leia maybe got a bit of training, but there is one thing that I kinda, another thing I know, because there's meant to be like, I know this sounds insane for a Star Wars film, it doesn't really make sense, but come on, this is brand new, so it's different.
To try new ideas.
Aye, so this is the new idea that I'm hearing that they're doing. This is what I'm hearing that's gone about the net, saying that there's going to be a flashback kind of sequence, and it's going to feature a younger Luke, possibly a younger Leia, but it's definitely going to feature a younger Luke, training a few apprentices, and Kylo Ren's going to be there, and he's going to be slaughtering some of these apprentices. So maybe Leia's there and she's getting some training in the Force, but who knows, but that's probably where we're leading to the thing that Leia probably could be a possible Jedi, and she's training, or she was training at some point. Anyway, another thing that I should pass on to Bill about.
I was just gonna get onto that. We were gonna talk about droids and say about the new droid BB-8, which we were watching the highlights of yesterday, where BB-8 actually did come onto the stage, and we were saying, "Wow, that's actually real."
Aye, it was like it actually works, and I do not know. I just don't know how it works, but I could tell that this is really advanced, like animatronics or whatever you call it. And this is the folk at Disney, so they're taking it to the next level for BB-8, because it's a ball and a wee heat, and it actually all works. It rolls, and somehow the heat stays on, and I don't know how they do it, but it's just amazing, and I think it's something to do with magnets, but
And
can never
also, when we see R2-D2 as well, that'll be also coming onto the stage, and it's no longer Kenny Baker.
I don't think it's Kenny Baker anymore. I think it's just a machine. Like it's just a simple actual robot now, remote controlled, and because Kenny Baker's in his 80s, I believe, and yeah, and noticed that there might be some kind of, well, it was actually said in the panel that there might be some kind of rivalry between R2 and BB-8. Like, oh, I'm the new
joke, maybe. I guess you can say.
It could be used for comedy relief, kind of comic relief. I mean,
That'd be good for like younger generation and saying like droids and all that, and obviously there'll be a couple of jokes in there like they did in episode 5, like Scruffy Nerd Herder. I mean, folk at that time wouldn't have taken that as there wouldn't be much jokes then, but I think this will be good for a new generation, for showing like new characters, new droids, new story, new everything. Everything's fresh, but what we do worry is folk will seem to forget about the Empire and where that actually came from, like the first Star Wars.
Obviously, I think we mentioned it earlier. Did we mention it? Alright, we mentioned it. It's new. It's no longer, just to make it clearer. We've not really got this all worked out. Well, we kind of have, but we've been saying everything all at once, kind of. It's no longer rebellion and empire, right? It's now resistance versus first order. Now, the first order is obviously what I think it is. It's like this is maybe they've rebranded themselves. They're still kind of the Empire, but they've got a different ruler now, so they're not calling themselves the Empire. That was just like the Emperor's thing and the kind of stuff. I think it's to do with this new ultimate evil, whoever it's going to be. I'm really excited. And I'll pass it on to Billy maybe to talk about the resistance or something.
Actually, I was going to mention something more about, I was also going to be an apprentice and a master, and we were going to think about talking about, like, Kylo Ren is obviously maybe, it will be literally, he'll be like an apprentice of somebody who's hiding up something more, like the Emperor did in, like, the prequels. How you had like Darth Maul and how they fought, or the Sith has returned. And
it was a good day, but to be honest, we don't like him.
No, he was pish. No disrespect to Christopher Lee. I think he's a great actor, especially being in Lord of the Rings. Yes.
And of course, is it the Hammer Dracula films? Aye,
It's the Hammer Dracula.
that's
And being James Bond as well.
well, not being James Bond. Was it?
What was it?
No, it wasn't James Bond. It was the man with the golden gun.
Oh yeah, the man with the golden gun. I remember that now.
I think it was. Oh, it's been a while. So I should. I think we should just wrap it up here. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.